We can finally talk about it!
Yeah.
Who are you?
So the Rise of Skywalker opens tomorrow, and we saw it yesterday. And I want to get, Mocha, your first impressions having walked out, because you and I sort of looked at each other when we were walking out of the theater yesterday. We didn't say anything.
No.
We didn't say anything.
We didn't even text at all throughout the day.
There was nothing.
So this is legit the very first time that Roz and I get to talk about the movie since seeing it.
Okay, so what were your thoughts on Star Wars?
See, my
Rise of Skywalker.
problem with giving my thoughts.
Yeah. And we're going to bleep stuff, like, just so you know, when it comes to spoilers, if we do say anything that is a spoiler, we will bleep it, okay? So you don't have to tune out right now. We'll do our best to not spoil the big sort of things.
And that's the thing. I'm hesitant to speak about the movie because I know how precious this franchise is to people.
I say speak freely.
To fans.
Speak freely.
And as a fan,
yeah,
I've stayed away from every single review. I've stayed away from all the trending hashtags since they did the big Hollywood premiere on Monday night. I've stayed away from all of it.
Okay.
So I'm hesitant because I like the movie.
Yeah.
But I also didn't like the movie.
Okay, what didn't you like about it?
I felt that there were certain parts of The Rise of Skywalker that were rushed.
Yes. There was a lot going on, and it's not a clean movie. It's a messy movie.
It's about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I felt like there were so many different stories to be told and so many different things that needed to get wrapped up that the movie just kept jumping. Wrap this up. Okay, action, action, action. Wrap this up.
Okay, let's get to the big things then. The sort of big reveal. First of all, Palpatine's back. We all know that. Everybody knows that Palpatine's back.
Yes.
They do their sort of best to explain how he came back, but like not really. They offer an explanation, but was it enough?
For me, no.
No. Okay. Fair enough.
I like the movie though.
Fair enough. Okay, that's fine. Now, there's
a lot of action.
The reason that Palpatine is back and his connection to the current players sort of in the Star Wars world, were you happy with that?
It made sense.
It did make sense.
Yeah, it made sense for the way they told the story.
Yeah.
Do I think it was necessary? I don't know.
They had to do my thing is this with Star Wars, and I find myself, again, much like I did with The Last Jedi, I find myself disagreeing with a lot of the critics, because when Last Jedi came out, unanimously critics loved it, and they said that it was the best of all of them. And I thought that I had seen a different movie, or I was living in some sort of bizarro world, because I hated The Last Jedi. Yeah. I hated it.
But you know what, though? A lot of people did. That's the thing.
But critics didn't.
Critics
loved it.
I think critics loved it because it's Star Wars and not because of the story that it told.
No, the exact opposite.
You think they liked it because of the story?
Yes, that's the reason they loved it.
I didn't like it.
Was they loved what he did with Star Wars. They called it bold and they called it everything else.
No, I hated the direction that they took with Last Jedi.
So I'm here again disagreeing with critics because I don't despise the Rise of Skywalker. Because if you go on Rotten Tomatoes right now, I think the Rise of Skywalker is sitting somewhere just above 50%.
That's it?
That's it.
Really?
Right? Yeah. Critics, this is not a movie for critics. They don't like it. But my opinion on The Rise of Skywalker for fans is it perfect? No, it is far from perfect. Is it Return of the Jedi 2.0? Yeah, it really is. Does it sort of take away from the sacrifices that Luke and everybody else made in Return of the Jedi and kind of do away with the importance of he and Vader? Yeah, it sort of does. But what choice did they have? Because when you look at what Rian Johnson left them with, they had to do something.
Yeah.
And the choice that they made for this, they could have serviced fans and tried to kind of go back and rewrite what Rian Johnson did, or they could have made a continuation to Rian Johnson's movie. And The Rise of Skywalker is the farthest thing from a continuation from the Rian Johnson movie. They threw kerosene all over it and burnt it to the ground.
So one of the things that I noticed is the fact that they almost bypassed everything
They do.
from Last Jedi. So when you're watching this movie,
Yeah.
it's basically the sequel to Force Awakens.
With the exception of a few key plot points.
Yeah.
A few key plot points. You actually don't have to watch The Last Jedi,
Not at all.
which is wild.
Yeah. I almost... Okay, so I left yesterday after the movie ended, and
Yeah.
I almost felt like... Not almost. I do feel like I need one more movie.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like it should
Nobody-
go Force Awakens, Rise of Skywalker,
Yeah.
and then the big grand finale.
Yes.
Because I still have questions about things.
Right. Yes.
And I feel like, yes, a lot of things were answered. A lot of questions were answered.
Right.
A lot of things were wrapped up the best that they could.
Yeah.
But I still feel that there are a couple of things, like 3-4 things that I need one more movie.
You're not going to get one more.
I know, that's
they
the
can't
thing.
do that,
I know
man.
that.
Oh, my God, they can't do that. Anyway, if you have any questions about the Rise of Skywalker, hit us up on text. It's 925-555.
But please, go see the movie. Like, I'm going to watch it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm still going to pay my money.
And go watch it again?
I'm going to
Really,
watch
yeah?
it again because I want to
Okay.
see it in IMAX 3D.
Right. Oh, you're into 3D.
I love
No,
3D.
It's too many Ds.
Oh.
I can't. You know me. I can't handle that much D.